If you love playing MTGO, please make sure you check out my sponsors in the description below. Mana Traders, I've got a sweet discount code. Just head there and you can start playing whatever deck you want. Hello everyone, it's Matt from Untitled MTG here. And what's this? A third video of the week? Yes, it is, because your support over the last few deck tests has been absolutely amazing. So I just want to say thank you for all of that. And maybe this weekend we get to our 5,000 subscriber goal. It could happen. We're only a few away now. And I wanted to celebrate by doing a third deck tech. So what is it? They said it couldn't be done. It's Boros Control. So we've had Golgari, we've had Dimir this week, and now we're going for the colours of red and white with Boros. Now there's so much Boros aggro around, but you know me, I love a control deck. So let's have a look at my Boros Control deck. So the deck list, as always, will be in the description below, but we have 4 creatures in total. Only 4. 32 spells and 24 lands in this deck. And we're going to start off by looking at the spells. We've got a bit of, a bit of burn in there, shall I say. We've got ways, we've got lots and lots and lots of removals and 2 or 3 win cons as well. So we're starting off with 4 shock. Nice early play. There's a lot of 2 toughness creatures in this format, and having an early spell to, stop the aggro coming at us, which is what we need to do. We do run white, so we do have mass removal. Start off, like I said, 4 shock. More removal. I love this card. Lava Coil was one of my favourite uncommons from the set. It gets rid of so many creatures in the format, and what's important about it as well, it exiles them, so no graveyard shenanigans when you kill these creatures. 4 damage to target creature. It's going to kill a hell of a lot and will be one of your best cards and early removal spells to have in your hand. More burn. Lightning Strike. This could be burn control even think about it, but I like Boros Control because I'm going through the guilds. But Lightning Strike, you know what this does, 3 damage to any target, so you can target a planeswalker, target a creature, or target a player. We do have 3 of these in the main. Even more removal. Seal Away, Flash card, 3 of these in there, 1 and a white. When it ends the battlefield, you get to exile tapped creature, so it's probably going to be attacking you, or they're using it for some kind of ability, maybe Convoke now, where I feel Seal Away is obviously going to come a little bit better with Convoke. You can obviously exile a creature, maybe they use a really good creature to Convoke something, so Seal Away is in there as a 3 of. New from Guilds of Ravnica, a 2 of Deafening Clarion. We're probably going to use this mainly for the, you can use it for 2, but we don't run many creatures. Late game we might be able to add a bit of lifelink onto one of our creatures. We do have more in the sideboard creature base, so this will obviously be better maybe after sideboard. But the 3 damage to each creature, it won't hit our creatures because they're just a little bit too big, but it might be a nice little early board wipe for a turn 3 play. This card, wow, I'm impressed with risk factor. I played against it last night. I was playing the Dimir control deck, and this card is so hard to deal with. Risk factor, target opponent may have it deal 4 damage to them. If the player doesn't, they draw 3 cards. It also have jump start so they can do it again. If you're a red player, get hold of your risk factors. This card is absolutely epic. We're going to run this, of course, as a 4 of. We also have 2 Ixalan's Binding. No Cast Out anymore. I loved Cast Out. But we've got Ixalan's Binding. Ixalan's Binding is a pretty cool card. When it ends the battlefield, you exile it on non permanent, and they can't cast another one with the same name. So Ixalan's Binding doesn't have flash, but it has that other cool ability. Gets rid of planeswalkers. You can stop them casting it if you're lucky enough to get one of those to fairies or something really cool. Ixalan's Binding will deal with it. More potential mass removal in Settle the Wreckage. Full 4 of these in there. Great removal, exiles all target attacking creatures. So, I'm coming across I don't know if you are, but I'm coming across a lot of graveyard shenanigans sort of decks personally. So this Settle the Wreckage for me is just going to be epic because I'm going to exile those creatures in a way. Now, you will obviously help them ramp into other stuff, but Settle the Wreckage is a classy card, and when they see you playing some sort of base white base control deck, they will play around it and it will make them think about attacking in with everything. Unless they just want to go all out and forget about it, this does make people, your opponents, think about their plays. We also have a 2 of Cleansing Nova. We can destroy all creatures, or we can choose to destroy all artifacts and enchantments. It's got a multi-purpose. Fumigate was probably better because you've got a bit of life going, but this is a multi-purpose Wrath. So Cleansing Nova in there as a 2 of, and a very, very nice addition. The last 4 cards before we get to the creatures, last 4 spells, is Sarkhan Fireblood. This can be one of our win cons. Now, we only run a couple of dragons as our creatures, so they add 2 mana of any combination to spend this to cast dragon spells. If we do get to cast it, all well and good. But the +1, this is what we're using it for, to discard a card. If we do, we get to draw a card. We can use this to go through our deck, get to the -7, keep the battlefield free, and then maybe we get to the -7. This is one of our win cons. Create 4 5/5 red dragon creature tokens with flying. They stay on the board, they get to attack, they're going to be doing 20 damage. Normally, that's enough to win the game. So let's get to our creatures now. Like I said, we got 4 creatures in the main board. 2 of Demanding Dragon. Demanding Dragon, when it enters the battlefield, deals 5 damage, so it goes a little bit, nice bit of burn package there, unless the opponent sacrifices a creature. So with all our removal, they might literally have 1 really good creature left. So Demanding Dragon can come on and potentially get rid of that creature, or we get to do 5 damage. Demanding Dragon's a 5/5 flyer, so can win games for us as well. Very nice addition. I really like Demanding Dragon. The last creature in there is a 2 of Lyra Dawnbringer. 5/5 flying first strike lifelink angel. Absolutely amazing. This can come on the build, can swing back a little bit of life gain for you. Gives other angels +1/1 and lifelink, but we don't have to worry about that. This is our beta for us. Lyra Dawnbringer will also win you games if left unattended on the battlefield. It's a great creature. So let's get to the land base now. So the land base, we've got 24 lands in total. Sacred Foundry's back in standard, so we've got that obviously as a 4 of. And also got 4 of Clifftop Retreat. That gives us 8 cards that can tap for red or white, so that's pretty good. I'm loving Sacred Foundry back in standard. We've also got a 1 of Detection Tower. Chromium's a card, Detection Tower helps us with that. And a 1 of Field of Ruin. We also run 7 mountains and 7 plains. They'll equal down the middle for us. 24 lands in total. So now just give a little bit overview of the deck before we get to the sideboard. So Boros Control, totally different to a lot of other types of control. Mainly more towards possibly the Golgari, because we got a hell of a lot of removal. We're not looking to counter spells because we're not running blue. Don't worry, all you Jeskai fans and Esper fans, they will have your control deck techs coming very soon. But this has ways to win the games with obviously burn as well. We got shocks, we got lightning strikes, risk factor can either draw us cards or 4 damage as well. We've got hideous amounts of removal. So if you can just keep your battlefield clear, then leave it to your big 5/5 dragon or your big 5/5 angel. Or even Sarkhan Blood Fireblood, you know, you get to that -7, you get those dragons, you will be winning the game with 4 5/5 dragons as well. This deck has a lot going for it, and it's good to use different colours. I did say, you know, I would go through guilds with control because I'm a control player, and I know not all of us like to play the blue. We like all different colours. That's what's great about Magic. Everyone loves different colours. So I really hope you love this brew. So let's get on to the sideboard now. We're starting off, we've got a few more creatures in the sideboard, starting off with a couple of Baird Steward of Argive, or Argive, however you want to say it. 2 double white, it's 2/4, so it's got lovely stats there, has vigilance. Creatures that can't attack you or a planeswalker we control unless they pay 1 for each of those creatures. So good body, it's going to make them have to pay to attack you for every creature they want to do. So Baird Steward of Argive is a very nice card and goes in there as a 2 of in the sideboard. The next creature we have in the sideboard is a 4 of, it's Leonin Warleader. I really like this. Yes, it does get hit with the lava coals being the 4 toughness, 2 double white. Whenever it attacks, so you create 2 1/1 cat creature tokens with lifelink tapped and attack him. So even if they're just going to be attacking in, they're just going to be blocked and killed straight away, they're still going to gain you a couple of life, which will be really good. And obviously this effect happens every time that the Leonin attacks. I think this is a nice addition to the sideboard. Nice body 4/4, and obviously can make lifelink tokens, which will never, you know, that you're never going to complain about that. So we go on to the rest of the sideboard, and we have an array of spells now. We've got a 1 of Banefire that can come in against control decks because it can't be countered if the spell is 5 or more. This is another little win con as well. Banefire is a very cool card, and obviously you do see a little bit of that in Modern. We also have a 1 of Sentinel Totem for graveyard shenanigans, and naming the Planeswalkers and other awkward things with Sorcerer's Spyglass is always an addition to my control sideboards. I've got a couple of city-wide busts in there. Now obviously, the toughness with 4 or greater that it destroys does hit all of our creatures basically, but you'll be playing this earlier. But obviously the way to play this is obviously not to kill your own creatures. You'll be playing this at a certain time. That's why it's not in the main board. This is still a pretty nice card. I'm not sure how good it is. I've brought it in a few times, but I've actually not drawn it, but I like the aspect of what it does. And obviously with so minimal creatures that we do, we can actually use this and then drop our creatures down there and hopefully go on from there. We have a one of Invoke the Divine, important life gain and destroys target artifact or enchantment, and more removal from Guilds of Ravnica in Conclave Tribunal. This has Convoked. Probably won't get to use Convoke too much unless we've got Leonins down and we manage to keep hold of our tokens or something like that. When this enters the battlefield, you exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. The last card in the sideboard is a Crushed Contraband. This says choose one or both. We can exile target artifact or target enchantment. 4 mana, instant speed, so you potentially could get 2 targets with this. Nice card. Put it into my white EDH deck straight away, but I feel like it could be a nice, decent sideboard card for Standard as well. So everyone, I built the Boros Control deck. Some people said it couldn't be done. I felt like it could be done. Whether it's as good as Dimir and Golgari is another question, but I still think this deck is pretty strong. You've got so much removal in this deck, 32 spells and pretty much all of it is removal. And you've got great big, dragons and lower angels and stuff like that can come down and win games. Sarkhan is a nice, cool card as well, the Planeswalker, that if you it's a way to go through your deck, drawing cards, discarding cards and stuff like that. And also if you get to that 7- and you get those dragons on the battlefield, that's a win con straight there. Sideboard, we've got a mixture of things that can bring in different matchups. Planeswalker games, graveyard games, slowing down where we need more creatures. White and red actually has a lot of cards that actually will be very relevant in a lot of matchups. This is why I thought when I first started building Boros, I was like, maybe that just can't be done. And the more I got into the deck teching of it, I was like, actually, this brew is pretty sweet. Anyway, guys, I really hope you like this extra video this week. I will try to do 3 a week. It just depends on life and work and everything like that. We're probably due to go over 5,000 subscribers this week, so let me say a massive thank you for you. And if we don't, we don't. But it's going to be very soon, and you're going to have a sweet giveaway, so make sure you hit that button if you haven't already. Anyway, guys, after today, the next video will be on Monday. I will see you soon. Have a cracking weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.